the latest title in the Legend of Zelda saga, winner of the Game of the Year GOTY award in 2017, without a doubt the most complete and complex game Nintendo has ever made in its history. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a sandbox type adventure and exploration game, which offers you endless possibilities, from completing the main history, doing the secondary missions, doing the different puzzles on the map, or simply enjoying of the beautiful landscapes and travel them. As in most of the Zelda games, the game is set in the Kingdom of Hyrule, but this time is more alive than ever. It has the classic locations of the franchise, like the Death Mountain, the Gerudo Desert, the Lake Hylia, among others, but seeing how their build is a love letter to fans of the saga. Taking of the artistic section, this one is beautiful. Its cartoon-like style and the very sticking colors make you never tired of playing. As for the music, this time they went to something more natural compared to other games in the saga that were very happy and catchy, but this is justified by how the game is developed. As for the history, this is one of the most debated topics among fans, since Zelda games are characterized by having a linear narrative but full of details. But as this game is a sandbox, they couldn't do it, so this time it was in a memory narrative, and it's up to players how much they want to know more about it. The game starts when Link wakes up in a strange place. He's disoriented, and the only thing he sees is a strange tablet, and he hears a voice that hides him. He goes out and sees the road map on which the game takes place. Then, an old man tells you what to do, and the first missions open that will serve as the training mode, where they give you the necessary tools to start the adventure. Once the training mode is completed, the old man reveals his identity and is nothing more than the ghost of the King of Hyrule. He tells you everything that happened 100 years ago, that the kingdom was attacked by Ganon the Cataclysm and defeated the Chosen Ones, including Link, but it was sent to the Sanctuary of the Life, where he recovered during all this time. He also tells you that Princess Zelda is in the castle controlling Ganon, and you have the mission to rescue her.
Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all four divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite
As I had already said, it is up to the player if he wants to know more about the history, to know why the kingdom is in ruins, who are the chosen, and who is Princess Zelda. As for the gameplay, this is perfect. Its battle system is good since you have different weapons and the player can adapt to the one that suits him best. Also, Link's movement is more natural compared to previous games that is very robotic. In all games, there is always a tool that gameplay focus on. In the case of Breath of the Wild, it is the Sheikah tablet, which has different modalities such as bombs, magnet or paralyze. This will help you to solve all the puzzles, or you can also use them as combat tools. Well, I love this game. For a reason, it's my favorite game since I have never felt so free playing. The game is somewhat difficult, but it's not frustrating. Sincerely recommend playing it. The game is on Nintendo Switch and Wii U, if catches your attention. It has a paid DLC that brings new missions and a little more history, in addition to the expert mode of the game, but it is optional to buy it, since in itself the game is quite broad. The game has a sequel called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and its sequel has already been announced that will most likely be released during the 35th anniversary of the saga. Well, this review ends here, but remember, all games have a history, but only one is a legend.